Hey there, this is Jim Donovan. Welcome to the show. I am really glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about my most epic and humiliating failure. This should be fun. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of a free resource I made for you. It's called the SoundHealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health. Plus, you'll learn music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. You'll also get discounts and first access to all of my products and events. Remember, it's completely free. Just come visit me at donovanhealth.com to get started today. That's donovanhealth.com. One of the most valuable life lessons I've learned so far is this. Your ability to succeed in anything, whether it's passing a test, learning an instrument, dropping a few extra pounds, or healing yourself, is only as strong as your ability to accept failure and to keep on failing until one day you simply don't. The story that follows is about a time I failed and embarrassed myself in front of thousands of people, including one of the greatest guitar players in the world, and not just once, but many times. I can tell you from personal experience, the very best rewards come to those who stick with it. Let me tell you what I mean. In 1997, I had the honor of playing on stage with one of my longtime heroes, Carlos Santana. Before playing our first show together, he asks if my band, Rusted Root, would like to join him on stage to play a cover of Bob Marley's Exodus. Of course, we said yes. As a drummer, I had no worry whatsoever. I assumed I'd just be playing some simple percussion instrument like a maraca. Pretty easy, right? Boy, was I wrong. When Carlos calls us on stage, I proudly walk towards the rhythm section, ready to rock the heck out of my yellow maraca. And as I do, I hear a voice. Jim, no. Come up here and play the drum kit, man. That voice was Horacio El Negro Hernandez, Santana's drummer, and another one of my idols. And he's beckoning me over to the kit. My stomach drops, and before I can eke out any words, Horacio jumps off the drum riser and disappears backstage. And now I have to play the drums for Santana. I start to feel beads of sweat collect on my forehead as I sit down at Horacio's giant drum set. I'm part of Santana's percussive locomotive, and that locomotive needs power. If I miss a beat, I can throw this entire train off the tracks. But there's no turning back now, and we start the song. The crowd, immediately recognizing the Bob Marley classic, lets out an ecstatic roar. And a minute or two into the song, Carlos brings the volume of the entire stage down and looks right at me and points, and he mouths the word, "you." Now, for all the non-musicians out there, when the leader of a band points at you in the middle of a song, it means that it's your turn to take a solo. What I really want to say is, oh no thanks, it's okay. But Carlos is not asking, he is telling. And now I also realize that my face, frozen like a deer in the headlights, is on the Jumbotron screen on display for everyone to see, all 30,000 people. I start my solo by timidly rolling on the tom-tom drums, but this is a Santana show for Pete's sake. I know I have to do something impressive. So I begin rolling over every drum on this kit like Animal from the Muppet Show. But in my adrenaline-fueled quest to impress Santana and Santana's audience, I accidentally have completely lost track of the beat. I've actually lost beat one of the phrase. And to make matters worse, I am starting to have a bona fide panic attack right there on stage, on the Jumbotron, in front of everybody. And all I can think to do is, well, I'm just going to shut my eyes and hope it all goes away, which turns out to be a bad decision because as my eyes are closed, all of a sudden, everyone on stage stops playing except for me. While my eyes were closed, I have completely missed Carlos's cue to end Exodus. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, my performance could be filed away as a complete and utter train wreck. And yet the next day, I'm dumbfounded when Carlos comes up to me and says, so we're going to try that again tonight, right? Every part of my body is screaming, no, tell him no. But again, in Carlos Santana fashion, he's not asking, he's telling. And I hear myself say, yes, absolutely, I'll be there. Thank you so much. You might expect that this is the part of the story where I got out on stage and with a newfound sense of confidence, I play this amazing solo and completely redeem myself. Well, it's not. Remember that movie, Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray wakes up each day forced to relive the same series of disasters over and over again? Well, every night for the next 2 weeks, I play Exodus, and Carlos points at me to take a solo. And although my performances eventually graduate from absolute train wreck status, they're definitely not going to secure my spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yet, every night, Carlos invites me to try again. And then, on one of the last nights of the tour, it finally happened. I begin my solo and find I'm effortlessly playing rhythmic combinations I never believed possible. I'm aware and present. Never before have I experienced feeling my body working so hard while simultaneously being so calm. Rather than tightly closing my eyes praying for the moment to end, I'm focused. I know exactly when it's time to end the solo, and when the song is over, Carlos pulls me aside and congratulates me. Yeah, Jim, yeah, you got it, you got it. I finally saw what it was like to take a big chance. And the real kicker is, I couldn't have discovered any of this without failing first. Despite all my previous disaster with the drum solo, Santana kept the door open for me. He wanted me to stick with it long enough to cross the threshold and earn the reward waiting for me on the other side. It was more important to Carlos to teach me this lesson than it was for him to have a perfect show. And for that, I'll always be grateful. That's it for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time, and take good care. Now, before you go, I'd like to let you know about a free resource I made for you. It's called the SoundHealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health in an easy-to-understand form. I also share beginner-friendly music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. When you sign up, you also get discounts and first access to all of my SoundHealth products and events. Remember, it's completely free. If you'd like it, just visit donovanhealth.com and enter your name and email address, and I'll start sending you new issues right away. While you're on the website, you can also read full transcripts of this show and check out a ton of other valuable resources. If you have any feedback, send me an email to feedback@donovanhealth.com. All the information presented on this show is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Lastly, come and visit me on our SoundHealth Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. I'd love to see you there. The SoundHealth podcast is produced by OmniVista Health Learning and Donovan Health Solutions. For SoundHealth, this is Jim Donovan. See you next time. Take care.